Hello, everyone. It's Friday night. It's the Friday night before Halloween, October 28th, 2022. We are Last Night We Watched. It's a subsection of Last Night Productions, our production company. It's very prestigious. I have the host Carlos with me. How's it going, Carlos? Got Christian to my right. It might be left. I think we're backwards. I know. Yeah, I'm a little slow. And then first time on our show, Austin. How's it going, Austin?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad you're here. It's nice to have you
Good
here.
to be here.
And then Mark, the Triumph. You can't see him, but he's here. I swear. Triumphant return of Mark. Thank you for coming back, man.
Thanks for having me.
It's been a long time, so thank you. We appreciate it. But yeah, today we're talking about tonight we're talking about George Romero's 1978 film Dawn of the Dead, the zombie. Should I say masterpiece? Dare I say masterpiece?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out if it's a masterpiece or not. We got 2 people watching. Thank you for watching, guys. Happy Friday night. Happy almost Halloween. Hopefully no one's finding razor blades in their candy or apples or all that stuff. Or copies of Did someone find a copy of Doom in their candy? Oh wow. That's not a problem. I think that's a good thing. I would love to find a copy of Doom. That's like the great that's a good thing. The youth need to be corrupted.
Where's that window?
Oh yeah, we got candy and everything. Have some of those, man. You have some? We got check for Doom. Is Doom in there? Okay. Hopefully. Cookie dough bites. Austin got some cookie dough bites at the theater. We saw I should have mentioned that. We saw this. We just saw this. Christian wasn't there, unfortunately, but Mark, Austin, myself, and Carlos, we went to the theater. We saw this in 3D. And that was the first time I had ever seen it in the theater. I've seen this many times at the house. Oh my god, he found Doom! Oh my god! Because I fucking bumped. I bought this. I bought it at the theater. We're gonna have to sue. Yeah. We're gonna have to leave We're gonna go back to the theater and sue and give them a piece of our mind. But yeah, so Dawn of the Dead. It's the U.S. is. I'm just reading the back of the box here. The U.S. is in the grip of a zombie apocalypse. 4 desperate survivors find refuge in a shopping mall. That's about it. That's. I think that's pretty much the movie.
Would you call this a sequel to?
Yes. 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 Night sets up the zombie apocalypse. Now we're in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah. So is this your second time seeing it?
Yeah, I watched it earlier this year. I wanted to check out more classic George A. Romero films. I really liked it on my first watch through, but I don't know, guys. I think the theater experience might have messed it up.
Oh, really? In what way?
Well, we watched it in 3D, which it didn't originally come out in 3D.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a little jarring.
Right.
And then the sound was really quiet.
We all pointed, yeah, the sound was weak, unfortunately. I don't know if it was a theater problem. I don't know if it was the master track itself. I don't know. But we got a comment. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Oh, is your mic not on? I think yeah. Oh. Whoops.
Your mic's not on.
Yes, Samantha. No. Everybody's mics are on. We all, what do you call that? We all have voices. Oh, I like your little thing. It's gonna be fun later on. Okay, so was that your main issue, the audio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Christian, you watched it on Internet Archive?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, because of the Spanish.
Oh, he doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, yeah, it was on there, but there were Spanish subtitles, which I mostly
Because the audio was English, right?
Yeah,
that's good. Was this your first time watching it?
Yeah, never seen it before.
What'd you think?
It was great.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it.
Great movie. It's simple. The music I was really into.
I told Austin and Carlos and Mark I was listening to it on the way to the theater and then on the way here, and I'm probably gonna listen to it on my way home later on.
Sweet.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about it more, but
one small great thing about it.
Yeah.
But
have you seen any like George Romero movies or any other of the Dead movies?
This
I think this is the first of the Dead
Okay.
I've ever seen.
Okay.
First Romero.
Nice.
First rodeo for Romero.
Nice.
For
Very
me.
cool. Nice. Awesome. What about you? Have you ever seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Okay, nice. Did you like the theater experience?
I did, but I agree. I think the audio quality wasn't the best.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bummer. I don't know what was going on with that. But regardless, I don't know. I still had a really good I honestly had a blast. We'll talk about it more. But Mark, this was your first time watching it?
My first time also.
Wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
And it was kind of it didn't seem like it was the same person that wrote and directed both of those.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Have you seen that? You've seen Our Living Dead, right?
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Well, Not Living Dead's more self-contained. This is more of a wider aspect.
I think in every aspect, because it's fucking fly. I swear to God, fucking Jeff Goldblum's pissing me off right now.
It's like this one was. It's lighter and goofier.
It is goofier,
Yeah,
that's for sure. I mean, there's
yeah.
a pie fight, for Christ's sakes. I mean, it's definitely I can't deny that this movie gets goofy at points.
Do you think it's meant to be goofy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, there's a pie fight, for Christ, and they're spraying zombies with seltzer water. I mean, that there's no way that was supposed to be taken seriously, in my opinion. But Austin, I completely agree with Austin in the sense that everything about Night of the Living Dead is contained. First of all, the aspect ratio is tighter. It's 133-1. It's black and white. It's predominantly just in a house. We start off in a cemetery. We move to a house, a farmhouse. That's pretty much where the whole movie takes place. In this, we get a news station. We get, it's wider. It's 18. It's in color, 185-1. It's it starts out in a news station. We go to a housing project. We go to a abandoned, I don't know, airstrip, I guess is what you call it. Yeah. Then we go to the mall. It's like Night of the Living Dead sets everything up, but now we're living in the apocalypse, and I've always really liked that about this movie. But you think I don't know, you think like a lot of the writing and the even direction, because George Romero wrote and directed both of these, and you think it feels completely different?
Yeah, the camera angles, the shots that he was doing is just I don't know. It's like he got a taste for it. Like you said, he was bound up with the first one. He had to make sure that he had everything right. He got this train rolling, and now this one he's trying different stuff. And I really don't know what to think about the movie. I don't know whether it's supposed to be, because the tone shifts, from goofy to serious, and the acting and the makeup and the effects, and it's like he had $1.50 in his pocket, and I'm gonna go make a movie.
I think so,
that was
right?
the case.
Yeah,
This was not a Hollywood production. Blah, I can't even talk. This was not a Hollywood production. They filmed. George Romero was notorious for filming in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. $640,000 in 1978 money.
Holy shit.
It's funny. It says 1978. This didn't come out in the United States. In fact, it says right there until April of 1979. But
Italy got it early.
Yeah, because this was there's a lot to talk about with this movie. It was produced by Dario Argento. Do you like Dario Argento? Have you seen his movies?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, like Suspiria and
Suspiria is the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite of his. When Roman's on the show, we talk about Dario Argento a lot and Suspiria because he's seen Suspiria. But I think the way it went down was Dario Argento was a big fan of Night of the Living Dead, and he asked George Romero if he was planning on making another one, and he kind of got George Romero kind of the light under him, the fire under him to kind of write a script for a sequel to it, and that's how they got the ball rolling. And George Romero, I guess, was kind of taken aback by the mall culture at the time, hence why this movie takes place in the Monroeville Mall. I think the city of Pittsburgh or something invited him to do a tour of the Monroeville Mall. And he's walking around. He's like, this would be kind of a cool place to set the zombies in. And the rest is history, because that's such a trope in zombie culture, is going to the mall. Do you guys ever play Dead Rising?
One of my favorite games.
Yeah. Play that.
So good.
No.
It was the sequels like take place elsewhere. I think the second one took place in Vegas or something.
Yeah.
But I remember when Dead Rising came out, on the cover of the game, it says like, this is in no way related to George A. Romero's film Dawn of the Dead on the top of, or the cover.
That's right.
Which
Yeah.
is funny. That was a fun game. I really like that one.
Takes a lot of influence from
It's
this
such
film.
an awesome concept, you know,
Mhm.
like just being in a mall, using all the mall's resources to survive and to, you know, fight the zombies. It's just it's a great concept. You know, Left 4 Dead 2 I think has a level with the mall.
Yeah, that's the first exposure I had to zombies in malls.
Yeah.
Was that game.
Yeah, it's just a great setting.
Yeah, it is. It works.
Yeah, but
It can be a bitch though.
yeah, I can't remember. You had to like get gasoline in a car or something.
Yeah,
Which they do in this movie. They get a car,
Yeah.
drive it around.
that's exactly. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, very influential movie. But yeah, I don't know. Carlos, do you like the mall setting?
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
like it. You know, this one is pretty much, I think that was my first struggle with my first watch through, was it's a little bit all over the place. We're starting off in a news station and then we cut to like out of nowhere just a big old bust and the cops are shooting everybody.
Right.
Then we cut back to them somehow meeting up on a helicopter.
Right. Yeah.
It's definitely an ambitious way to tell a story. There's a lot going on in that beginning,
Yeah.
so it can be confusing.
Do you guys like the
in the first watch
beginning?
through.
It's kind of like what do you call that? Pandemonium almost.
I like
At the
the
news
very first
station.
shot.
I like it too. The shag red carpet on
Yeah.
the wall.
My cabin up in North Star used to have that.
Yeah.
I always liked it, and I hated them for getting rid of it.
It's very 70s. It
Yeah.
goes to show this is a very 70s movie.
Yeah.
For me, it was confusing at first when they
Yeah.
were going through, but then thinking back on it, it's like, you know what, that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to be scared. You know, they're going to shoot at anything. You know,
Well,
somebody gets hurt, they're going to try to get everybody the hell out of there because you know they're going to be overran, and yeah, it's just
for the news station, I like that because like that's probably how it would go down. People just being like, get this fucking idiot out there, blah blah, and just people like, you know, doing the bunny ears, like nobody cares. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like shiz hit the fan. That's the thing. We don't know how long it's been since Night of the Living Dead. It could have been years. It could have been a month. It could have been a week. Nobody knows. And it's just like, you know, the debate between the guys, you know, it's just, you know, we kind of almost in a way lived through that with COVID in certain ways. It was
Mhm.
honestly we were talking about The Crazies, the movie George Romero did before this. That also feels very COVID-y. He's a man ahead of his time in a lot of things. But yeah, I just, you know, I think that's why I like that scene too, the crazy editing and everything. That's how it would be. It'd just be crazy. No one would know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
You know, like the guy has to say, you know, they're taking him off the air at midnight and the emergency broadcast is going in. So they just don't really care.
We also get a cameo of the director himself.
Yeah. And his wife at the time was right next to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah. It's really cool.
What scene?
It's the scene. It's right after they leave the room with the shag carpeting, and George Romero's like, I think he's kind of like the head of the news. He's like sitting at a desk, like telling people stuff on a microphone.
Okay, well that fits then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool little director cameo.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you like the beginning? Do you think it works?
Yeah, I do. It's just like you said. It's just like realistically, that's how people would act at the very beginning before everyone knows what's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, that whole like it's fucked up, but it's like I had so much fun watching that.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's just entertaining, and just, you know, there's so much. Just nobody again. It's just just like,
Pandemonium.
yeah, just like fuck it, like, you know, it's just really well done. And then we cut to the housing. You guys were talking about the housing project. I've always liked that whole sequence.
I like it because it starts off and it almost seems like they're doing like a drug bust because there's like a racist cop who's all calling people racial slurs.
Yeah, Wooly Bully. I think is his
Yeah.
name.
And then we get like some almost stereotypes popping out of the
We got some guys in
The staircase.
brown face too.
with
Yeah.
the mustaches.
Yeah, and the guy in the bandana.
So you think it
forget.
could almost be like a drug bust.
I don't know
At
what they
first.
were doing. I
They
don't.
never explained it.
Yeah. I think because it's a housing project. I think they were just because he says I almost think it's like a hostage. He's like, "Come on out, Martinez. We know you got people in there. I don't know if it's a hostage
Well,
situation.
I think the people they're talking about is because they kept the zombies in the basement.
Okay.
And
Okay.
they kind of knew about it
Gotcha.
when they got there.
Okay.
Maybe they kind of knew something about it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's definitely because Night of the Living Dead. A lot of people take away that it's a comment at the time because it was 1968, that racism and whatnot, and that could have been a carryover with this.
Yeah.
Or classism, even, if you will.
Well, there's a zombie movie. I can't remember the name of it, but two of the main characters are talking about the differences between the remake Dawn of the Dead and the original. And the woman was talking about how the original was better because it dealt with classism and all the social issues. And the remake just didn't really have that.
No. And I guess we could get to the remake later, but I think there's definitely some sort of commentary on class and consumerism. We'll get to that.
Definitely consumerism.
But I just liked when we're introduced to Roger, and there's this kind of Roger, played by Scott Reiniger, I believe his name is. He's with, it seems like a guy that's like his first night on the job, and they come out and they just straight up blow his brains out like right away.
Literally like just exploded.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I know. So Mark, you don't like the effects in this movie?
No.
Okay.
I think they're funny.
I think they're great.
The color of the blood kept bothering me. Inconsistent.
This
It's really bright.
This movie is notorious for the blood.
And the blue face paint.
And the blue face, the Blue Men Group.
I like the amateurness of it.
So in the commentary for this movie, Tom Savini says they got the blood from the 3M company. Are you guys familiar with the 3M company?
No, what's that?
Your tape is made they make masks, like supplies.
Forever,
yeah. So they apparently at the time made fake blood.
Oh.
I don't know if it was like for a medical thing, maybe medical schools, but
maybe
that's what they used. And Tom Savini said in real life it looked good, but it just photographed. Same thing with the blue. It was actually supposed to be gray, just photographed. In the case of the blood, really bright and looks like melted crayon. And the gray zombie, they just look kind of blue. But
interesting.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I think it looks good. Is that your uncle?
David asks, is this the one with the naked zombies?
That I know Night of the Living Dead has naked zombies. Does the remake have naked zombies?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But
I don't think there's anybody naked in this one.
There's like
the woman's. I think she was topless at one point.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I know that there's a fat bastard walking around with a shirt off.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Half naked.
Yeah, half naked, exactly. Not the full Monty.
Half naked.
Half
zombies.
Monty. Yeah.
Brief, graphic.
Oh, there we go. Yes, exactly. The MPAA.
Very brief.
Yeah. The MPAA. What do you call that term? But yeah. I honestly, man, I've always, as a kid, because I saw this probably when I was like 8 or 9, and I thought it was disgusting. The intestines and the arms getting ripped. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah,
I've always do that. That in 3D was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a good one.
A lot of good headshots.
Oh,
a lot of good
this
arm
movie's
slices.
filled with headshots.
Dummies getting tossed over the side railing.
Yes, that was amazing.
I love those ones.
Awesome. Do you like the effects?
Yeah, they're a product of their time, but
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought they were entertaining at least.
They were important. This is what got Tom Savini his career. The people that made Friday the 13th saw this and were like, okay, we need this guy for our movie, and the rest is history.
Yeah, they it's like they left like corpses in a river for days or something, and then they like took bites out of it or whatever.
For which part?
Whenever they would take a bite out of humans.
Okay.
Because it's like it looked so easy, like they just
when
there wasn't a bone in there.
Right. That's a great part where the chick comes up to the guy and just takes a bite out of her neck, and then she takes a bite out of he takes a bite out of her arm. It's just like it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff going on.
It's all in good fun.
I liked that the short cop, when he got bit up, I'm glad that he didn't, 5 minutes later turn. I'm
Yeah,
glad that
he
it
takes
took
a
a
while.
while.
Yeah.
Is he going to die first? How long is he going to be dead before
Right.
it happens? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
But
kind of
that-
milked it a little bit.
The one guy who got bit, maybe it's because he got bit by like several people, but he turned really quickly.
Flyboy,
before the elevator even
right,
opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
I think
Steven.
it's because I think it's because he you're probably right. He got bit by like way more of them.
Yeah.
I can let that slide just because I mean it's a fucking movie. Like
I think Peter says at one point, I've never seen anybody get past 3 days after
Right,
they're bitten.
yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
it depends.
it probably does.
Either 10 minutes or about 3 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It all depends on your immune system, maybe.
Yep.
But
But he was sitting there waiting for him.
I know that's a really I like that scene. I like how it's intercut with the guy with the eye patch on TV, and it keeps coming back to that to Ken Foree and Scott Reiniger. It's a great scene.
I really
really
like that
sad.
actor, Richard France.
Yeah,
I think-
he's in the Crazies.
Yeah.
He's is he a doctor in the Crazies as well?
He's
Yeah.
like trying to like find the cure
Yes.
to the craziness.
Yeah, and then he like falls down. Spoiler alert, but I think he falls down stairs
Yeah.
at the end or something. Yeah, Crazies lives up to its name. It's a crazy movie.
Yeah. But he's great in this film.
Yes, yeah.
That priest at the beginning that had the
Guy's.
leg.
I've always liked that.
I
The
love the
crutch
leg,
for the
yeah.
leg. Yeah, that's and please let me pass. Please let me pass.
I saw that. It's like,
I gave them their last rites. They're down in the basement.
Oh, it's that guy.
That guy's awesome.
Okay.
I've always liked that guy. It's just so
That's
rad. It's just like
interesting.
what it's just like that whole housing project scene is just so fucking nuts. The guys just run around blowing people's heads off, blowing people's heads up. He gets killed, and then they go in that room, and the guy can't find a gun that has ammo, and he's like, "Shoot it, man! Come on, shoot in the head!" And then he ends up killing himself, and it's just more pandemonium. It's just pandemonium after pandemonium after pandemonium. It's just great. Everything about it's just so well done. And
I wonder,
Yeah.
did Romero do this one or the Crazies first?
he did the Crazies right before this.
Okay.
Actually, no, that's not true. I'm sorry. I think he did the Crazies, then he did Martin, and then he did this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the Crazies. I think I told you, Carlos. I think the Crazies is just kind of like a lesser version of this movie. I think he really
He learned a lot.
he's because they're similar though. That's the strange thing. They're similar, but I think this one is a lot better. Austin, I can't remember. Did you say you have seen the original Crazies or just the remake?
I think I might have seen it a long time ago. I don't remember. I remember the remake a lot more.
Yeah, a lot of people prefer that I've heard talk about the Crazies prefer the remake. I've never seen the remake. Have you seen the original?
No.
Oh, okay.
It is all over streaming now. I just never
Oh,
taken
okay.
the leap.
That's
But
cool.
Yeah, you can see it. Not
Um,
everywhere.
it took me a while to warm up to it. I think it's just because I like George Romero so much. Because I have this box set of his and it has the Crazies in it, and I watched it again and I was like, this isn't so bad. It's crazy. It's a crazy fucking movie, but there's something there. I think there's something. It's just I really like all the not to make this a Crazies podcast now, but all the guys in the bodysuits or the hazmat suits.
Mhm.
It's just again a lot of stuff really ahead of its time, like in all of his films. But
That's cool.
anyway, what were we talking about? So we got the housing project. I guess we don't need to talk about I'm like a bullshit artist here. We have to go in line.
How about
in order.
using zombie kids at the airfield?
That was
They're-
probably controversial at the
I'm
time.
sure. Those are
Might have been.
Tom Savini's niece and nephew, I think, or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, you're just embellishing on what was because we didn't see zombie kids in Night of the Living Dead. Put them in here. Let's see some
Yeah.
kids. Let's
Yeah.
kill some kids.
There were some.
keep
there were a
expanding.
few
we gotta
involved,
be equal. Kill adults and children. It's great.
too.
It'll be
Yeah,
as
everybody's going
controversial.
to get sick, so
Yeah, exactly.
we'll kill everybody.
Yeah.
The guy walking into the helicopter blade is a fucking great.
awesome.
It's so great, man. It's so great.
I want to know how they pulled that one off.
There's
you
no
think there was a
helicopter-
string off to the
Yes,
side?
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
just rip it
Yeah.
off and pump blood.
I buy
through
it
his head.
though. It's
Oh,
pretty
it's
cool.
great.
Yeah.
And there's no helicopter blades there. They added it in optically in
What?
post production. I know. I never
Oh.
knew that forever
That's awesome.
because it makes sense. Obviously, there's no fucking helicopter.
Yeah.
The guy would have got his head cut off in real life. But it looks
Yeah.
great. I think it still looks good to this day.
Mhm.
It's one of the best. It's one of the most memorable effects in the movie for me.
Mm-hmm. When it happened, I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Caught me off guard.
Yeah, I think even the way Roger reacts is kind of like that too. He has to like look up and be like, he just walked in the goddamn helicopter blades. Yeah.
So I know that he has to get that kill somehow because, you want to get a helicopter blade kill. But how do we like zombies crawling on top of things? They're crawling on boxes. In the end, they're crawling up a ladder.
Right.
Several ladders,
Right,
actually.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think of a classic zombie who can just shamble around, can't even climb upstairs or anything.
It's all about what kind of, I mean, some people don't like fast zombies. Some people don't like slow zombies. Some people are fine with zombies stalking. Some people aren't. It's just whatever you like your zombie to be. I'm fine with them stumbling around over shit and climbing,
And the pilot, he retained some of his memories because he knew where that false wall was, and
Yeah, and it's great because when she's like, "What are they doing here?" He's like, "Memory, instinct. This is an important place in their lives." Because it is kind of like, "What the fuck are they doing in a mall?"
Yeah.
They should have shot a scene where like they're in like one of the department stores and like a zombie like gives them like a dress or something. It's like, "You want cash or card?" They're still like buying stuff and they're still using money.
They have really
Pretty
good
fun.
chemistry.
The cast.
They're at least especially the two cops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they're great. The part where they're just running around and he rides down the escalator.
Yeah.
That part's so
Mhm.
fucking cool.
The whole sequence.
Tom Savini said a lot of malls had to put like I don't know how many malls in the country, but put like stoppers because people were doing that. The escalator might work. You can do that. I've never done it because I'm sure someone would get mad at me. But you can do it. It's straight up just like a slide.
Yeah.
Seems fun. But yeah, they just look like they're having a blast.
Yeah, they do.
Just
They're-
running around with the wagon and everything and getting their stuff and just blowing zombies' heads off.
they're teasing the zombies
Yeah.
through the window.
Yes, yeah.
They're like, yeah, come get us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good shit.
but just think about it, you can have anything you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
anything
It's a
you
great
want,
again, it's
you
just
know.
it's a great setting. It's a great concept. That's a great shot too. The elevator.
I've never seen or heard of a mall though that has a gun. Store in it.
Yeah, that was different.
That mall did not have a gun store in it. They went to a gun store in Pittsburgh and edited it to make it seem like the gun store's in the mall.
I know that, but I mean,
Still,
normally,
How else,
you wouldn't find
how else are
it.
they gonna get guns? It
Yeah.
works. It's fun, like the animal heads and then the safari music and stuff. It's a fun scene.
I think Dead Rising has a gun shop that looks a lot like
yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah, and I'm sure that's a homage to this.
Hmm.
Left 4 Dead 2 also.
Does it?
When you gotta give
makes-
the
that
guy
makes-
is it when you give the guys Coke?
Oh,
At
maybe.
the gun shop.
Maybe. It could be.
Or no, that's the grocery store. You get the guns after that.
Okay.
But there is a gun shop. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's, it works. For me, at least.
So, all right, let's go around the table. What do you prefer? Fast undead or slow undead?
Unless you were...
I like slow.
Slow.
Yeah. Fast is too scary. I wouldn't survive that.
Yeah.
If I got to go against a zombie, I'll take the slow ones.
You think I think slow is scarier. I mean,
Ooh.
if you're backed against a corner, there's nowhere else to go. Slowly watching them, and there's nothing you can do. There's too many of them. You just close your eyes and just wait for it to be finished.
That's a good point.
And if they're fast, it's done.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's a slower death. That's a very good point.
I don't know. In this movie, a lot of them are just bulldozing through them. They're like tossing the zombies
Right.
aside.
Yeah. Yeah.
hitting them with
Flyboy just like
their
throws
guns.
himself at one. It's a funny scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's at the airfield, I think.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I think the audience cracked up
Yeah.
at that part.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good
A
stuff.
weird way to tackle somebody.
It is. Yeah. I've never seen anything. He just literally just throws himself. Christian, what about you?
Yeah, I might have to go with slow. I mean, because when you're being overwhelmed and overtaken by these creatures, it's like you're dying on the inside as well. It's like, oh my god, I have to think about the fact that I'm about to die for like who the fuck knows how long, and they're gonna be biting me for however fucking long. And yeah, so I'd agree with that. After you said that, I was like, huh, yeah, sure.
That's a great point, Austin. So do you prefer slow?
Yeah, I mean, when you think of the undead, you got the rigor mortis, and they're stiff.
Exactly.
I mean, there's if they're fast, it's like they're bitten and they're alive but infected.
Right. I think I might be wrong. I think at least in the 2000s, the movie that kicked off the fast zombies was 28 Days Later. And I don't even, you might just, are
Probably.
they zombies? Are they infected people? Like,
Mhm.
that's a debate in and of itself. But yeah.
When I
You're
think
right.
zombie, I think slow zombie though.
Yeah, and Austin's got it, they're dead, I mean, there's no blood pumping.
Yeah, I mean, in this movie, they get bit and then they die, and there's a period between dead and then undead.
Right.
And in some of these other movies, they're bitten and then they just turn into.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Infected, yeah.
When we say prefer, do we mean we would rather be killed by, or
just in movies,
Just watch.
or games or media?
because I mean, I'd rather be killed by a fast zombie,
Yeah, quicker death.
Yeah. So, but yeah, slow is definitely scarier to me.
What about you, Mark?
Same. Slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
I prefer slow as well. It's just, I think George Romero to me he pretty much invented the modern zombie trope,
Mhm.
and it was slow. And I just think that's the way it should be. Having said that, I don't mind fast zombies. I think, are the zombies in Zombieland fast?
I think a couple of them maybe. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of the Dawn of the Dead remake.
They're definitely fast.
In
in
the
that.
remake, they're fast.
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah.
fast.
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
2003, 2004.
Yeah, I think 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's good. I like it.
Really?
It's like the only thing Zack Snyder's ever done that I genuinely actually enjoy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he
That
did
was his
that.
first big thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I would watch it. It's, in my opinion, not as good as this, but I like it. It's like really the only remake from that era that I can kind of enjoy. That and House of Wax. I like House of Wax.
Yeah, I guess.
You can't beat Paris Hilton. Come on.
With Paris Hilton.
Yeah. Come on. Can't beat that. Sore Wiener can't beat it. But yeah, I would definitely say slow. Trying to think of what else. This is the part where we have to the blood machine, the blood pressure machine.
Oh, yeah.
That solely exists just to have someone's arm getting ripped off. And it's great. It's great.
I think there's a name for this character too.
I don't know. I mean, do they have they ever had that in a mall?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure at some point there was a blood pressure machine.
Maybe
I'm
in the
sure. I
pharmacy.
bet you that was in that mall.
Yeah, I gotta go to the mall. I gotta check my blood pressure.
They might have had some sort of pharmacy at the mall.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Because I doubt those people, like the crew, brought in a blood pressure machine.
A mall itself, just the concept of a mall originally was supposed to be like a little city,
Right.
and where people were supposed to have apartments and live there.
Right.
Didn't work out that way. But
No. Well, this was the 70s is probably when malls really took off.
Yeah.
Or maybe the 60s. 60s, or I think because by the 80s malls were huge.
True.
And it's so funny now that malls are pretty much dead.
Unfortunately.
No pun intended.
If
But,
you guys were gonna hold out, where would you pick?
I don't know, man. A lot of people say Costco or malls, or I don't fucking know. The woods in a cabin by myself. I don't fucking know.
Welcome to Costco.
Well,
We
a
love you.
mall or Costco is going to be hard to police.
Well, that's what
exits
the
and
downfall of
that
this
kind of
is
stuff.
people come in and be like, well, we want this. I mean, how are you gonna keep them out?
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know where. Maybe an island.
I like when they're like, we're going to the island. What island? Any island.
Any.
That guy's great.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going? Up.
Yeah, he's such a dork.
Yeah.
He has
Oh,
a goofy
man.
face.
I think you kind of reacted to it, Mark, when they fly off and the skyscraper is slowly turning off its lights.
Yeah,
That's great.
that was so cool.
I don't know how the hell they did that.
Yeah, that was nice.
The only thing I can think of, they shot this around the holidays of 1977 going into 1978. maybe they did that around the holidays when the building shut down for Christmas or New Year's or something. It's the only thing I can think. I don't know how else unless they called the city and like, can you turn this building off? I have no idea how they did that.
We're shooting a
It's really-
picture.
Again, it just goes to show shit is not good right now. Like shit is, and again, we kind of in a way live. Austin, I don't know if you want me to announce it where you were when COVID happened, but I'm sure you saw some pretty wacky shit like that.
Over in Europe?
Yeah, you're in Italy, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, no, it was basically just one day. It was you got to stay inside your apartment, and no, I couldn't find anyone outside unless they were going to the grocery store. It was dead, and wasn't a lot you could do. And eventually, people were singing from their balconies and showing.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I
good.
remember that.
That's cool.
Because was Italy the first country to shut down?
From what I recall, yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and because I think it's because they do a lot of business with China and
Of
specifically
course. Of
the
course.
the north of Italy got hit hard.
Okay,
and I
gotcha.
wasn't necessarily in the north, but
Okay.
it just and they were one of the first to get affected.
I remember. Yeah, I remember when they announced that. That was when it's like, okay, this shit isn't good. This is not going the way I thought it was gonna go. But regardless, I really like that shot of the skyscraper just shutting its lights off because it's just, things
And
are
it's-
getting shut down.
That's one of it's he's got a pie fight going on here and one, and then the other thing, he has that really cool ass detail
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Where you're looking at that, it's like, fuck, it's really happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit's
What do
nuts.
you guys think of the pie fight?
It's fun.
Anyone?
I
Pie
like it
fight?
well because it's
Anyone?
Raiders too, so they're kind of funny Raiders. They're just having a good time.
They're Oakland Raiders.
Yeah,
The
and
Oakland
that's
Raiders.
I could
thing.
see those people at Raider game. That's for damn
The
sure.
guy,
Yeah,
the
the
guy
people on bikes.
says,
Yes.
the guy says, we can't fight them. This is a professional army, and then it shows them being a bunch of jerk offs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call that a professional army whatsoever. Just a bunch of people with like guns.
Exactly.
Basically.
Guns and motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like that gang, the main like bad gang from Warriors.
Which one?
one?
The one with
with the clinking.
with the warrior.
Yeah.
A little bit. What's that
little.
game? The Rogues. Were they the Rogues?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think they're the Rogues.
Shout out in the
I'm pretty
comments.
sure they're. I'm gonna say I could be wrong, but I think they're the Rogues.
Something.
They're like stealing wallets out of people's back pockets. They're
steal the
ripping jewelry
Yeah.
off of
yeah.
that lady zombie.
They're getting their blood pressure tested.
Yeah.
He like
It's
really
stressful.
wanted to get it
It's-
tested
it's-
too because
he
he goes
was-
in.
He was moments from being killed by a zombie, and he knew it, and he still went for that. He had time to run away. He could have made it.
Well,
but
and then the
he-
guy's like, "What are you doing? Getting your buddy? Look at this guy shooting at us, man. What are you doing? Come on." It's great.
And then he goes back again
I like it.
after
Hey,
they start losing.
it's stressful living in a zombie apocalypse, guys. You gotta
I better check.
you
I better
gotta
check.
check your blood pressure. That's serious stuff.
That could come in handy.
Yeah. Christian pie fight, yay name.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So Carly, you don't like the pie fight?
It's fine. I
It's
like
fine.
it. I like
It's
it.
fine. As Rich
You know what? I
Evans-
like
as
it.
Rich Evans says.
I like it.
It's fine.
I was all in on
It's
all the
fine.
goofiness of this whole thing. I mean, like, yeah, you can tell the budget and everything, whatever. But
Even the
I dig it.
soundtrack's goofy too. It sounds like a circus.
yeah, it's great.
The band was so sometimes they're credited as the Goblins with Dario
Goblins.
Argento. Other times they're just credited as Goblin, singular. I think this actually comes with the soundtrack on
Ooh.
compact disc.
Only on compact disc.
Only
It's
on
not
compact-
streaming anywhere.
Oh, I'm sure it's streaming. It's the Goblins. It's weird because some I'm gonna people are gonna be like, Ian, shut the hell up. You're talking too much. So there's a Goblin soundtrack, and then a lot of, at least the United States cut, used a lot of like just like public domain library sound.
Oh, really?
A lot of it's
Hmm.
just like, I think if I'm not the I think that's just, they found that in like a library of sound stuff.
After this
think.
watch
I
through,
could
I
be
was all
wrong.
like, it's so ridiculous,
Robot
but you know
Chicken.
what? If that was free, I would use it.
Oh yeah, of course.
That had to
yeah.
be what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I remember always watching Robot Chicken, and then the credits would roll. Yeah. So there's 3 cuts of this. There's 4, but officially there's 3. There's the U.S. theatrical cut, which is what we saw tonight. Christian, you can you go on Internet Archive and type in Dawn of the Dead. I want to see what cut Christian. He might have watched the extended cut.
You watched it on Archive?
Yeah.
Did you watch the CBS broadcast?
No, it was abbreviated. It was like DO.
Oh,
TV.
that looks wow. That's cool.
Should be there.
Dawn.
Wow, there's so many
of the
different
Dead.
ones.
Shoot, I couldn't find it earlier today on there.
That's strange. Well, you might have seen the extended cut. There's also the Italian cut that Dario Argento oversaw, and it has more of Goblin's music in it. It cuts out stuff. Some people call the extended cut the director's cut, which is, I guess, not necessarily true. I think George Romero preferred the theatrical cut that went to theaters, obviously.
Oh, okay.
They showed the extended cut at the Cannes Film Festival in '78, I want to say, and I think Romero wanted to cut it down a little, make it a little tighter. My preferred cut is the theatrical, but some people have made a fan cut where it combines all the footage from all 3 cuts into this one super long cut. You can find it on YouTube. I think they call that the Mall Hours cut. It's pretty cool, but I just prefer theatrical. It's just
What's this one?
It's theatrical Italian. Both of these are theatrical, Italian, and extended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3 for 1.
Yeah, these are it's very tough to buy this movie in the States now because the producer is spent millions of dollars making what we just saw tonight, the 3D version, that he won't distribute it to anyone unless they pay like $1 million for it. So they had a Blu-ray of it in 2007. It goes for a lot of money now, and they haven't had anything since. So these both go for a lot of money now. And it's a shame. This movie deserves to be easily acquired, and it's not. This is European, United. When I first met you, I was telling you about this. It's like, I hope it comes, man, because we're still really heavy in COVID, and I didn't even know if it was going to come. I'm glad it did because it's great. It looks amazing. They're able to get it from him. I don't know how much they paid to get the rights to do this, and it looks great, man. You can't see it, but it's the green text. It's such a great cover. It's one of my favorite posters of all time. It's pretty amazing.
Where did you find that?
Online, on the internet,
like on eBay.
It was I used Diabolic DVD. Shout out to Diabolic DVD.
Shouts out.
Yeah, because I don't think Amazon UK was shipping here at the time.
Oh,
and this Adam and I got that like a long time ago, probably like mid 2000s. Austin, you say you have this?
Yeah, I have that at home.
It's a great set.
It is a great set.
It's really cool.
I like seeing Tom Savini in this film. It's always good seeing him.
Where'd you put your Mark got a really good laugh. Combing his mustache.
Oh shit!
The comb.
Yeah,
I had one of those.
I think I think my brother and I have one too. Yeah, it's cool that he gets to be in this. Not only is he the makeup effects head artist, but he's also a role.
Yeah,
I always liked him. I like how he calls Ken I guess I can say it. He calls Ken Foree a chocolate man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, it's better than other things said
That's
in this
true.
movie, but
It was a different time back
Yeah.
then. It was a different time.
but yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's swinging around on and I don't know if he has to be his assistant at the time, Tassos Stafrakis. He's the guy who gets his stomach ripped open.
Oh.
And Tasso and Stafrakis. Yeah, you can just tell they're having a blast, man, when they're like swinging around on the rope.
Yeah.
The flag and everything, and just hitting zombies with the sledgehammer. That's awesome.
Driving around the mall too.
The machete in the guy's head.
That's a great effect.
It's one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
It's so great. I want to like people have made shirts of that because it's an iconic shot. Just a guy with the machete in his head. It's so great. Yeah, there's a lot of iconic stuff in this movie. To me, the Ken Foree is one of the best. It's the tagline of this movie. It's maybe the best line in the movie. It's one of my favorite lines ever in any movie ever. When he's there's no more room in hell, and David Emge goes, what? He goes, something my granddaddy used to say. You know, you ever heard of I forget what he says, the phrase like voodoo. Mm-hmm. He was a voodoo practitioner in Trinidad. He would say, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. It's one of the greatest fucking lines ever.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He even makes a
Agreed.
cameo and says it in the remake. in
That's right.
2004.
He's on TV
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Scott Reiniger's in it too. He's a cop, I want to say, in
Oh,
the
okay.
remake. Yeah.
Hmm.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah. I must say one thing I really appreciate about this movie is, so they're in the mall, they're Roger has been killed, unfortunately, because he turned into a zombie, which is a really great scene. We already talked about that. It kind of lulls for a little bit, but then the bikers come in, and that's when I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, it's just like right when you think it's going to get boring, at least this is how I look at it. Right when you think it's going to get boring, now something new's come in, and it's great. It's just so, it's just like, just rolling with the punches.
It is a pretty long film, though. I think it clocks in at 2 hours.
Yeah.
7 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
The extended, I think, is 220. I think it adds about 20 minutes, I want to say.
I was kind of
Okay.
feeling it there in the middle again.
Yeah. But I can live with it.
Yeah.
I can live with it.
Gets you in there.
Yeah.
You buy it more, I guess.
Yeah.
The end of the world.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're going to talk about consumerism, I think.
Yeah. You want to kick that off?
So, well, I guess that there's that one line that you were saying earlier where they walk into the mall and they say, why are they here? It's because that's what they remember to do. Come shopping.
Yep.
I think it's pretty interesting. It definitely does feel ahead of its time. As
Oh,
you said,
yeah.
it was early days of the mall.
Yeah.
There's another point about consumerism. I can't recall, though. Was there any more commentary on it?
Like the zombies represent us as shoppers. I mean, I don't know if that's what you were,
Black Friday.
There's a
Oh my God.
YouTuber I watch. He says he watches this every Black Friday, which is a very
Yeah, that's-
apropos movie to watch on Black Friday.
That is fitting.
When they were shooting, have you ever seen Mallrats? Kevin Smith movie?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Kevin Smith said when they were shooting Mallrats, they have this program. I know they do it in grocery stores too. I don't know if they still do this in malls anymore, but before malls would open in the early morning, they would take like people in senior citizen homes and have them walk around the mall to get exercise.
Interesting.
And Kevin Smith said they would see that, like when they would get there to set up shooting, and everyone on the crew would make a joke. It's like, are we in Dawn of the Dead right now?
Oh
All
my
these
God.
old people wandering around the mall, like just kind of aimlessly. I've always got a kick
That
out of
might
that.
be why they have the blood pressure cuff there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Shooting laps.
Yeah,
you
just
know?
in case one of those old people just drop dead of a heart attack. They can check first.
Now, seeing this is where I come in, when you guys are talking about that, and the way that I view movies. When you start talking about the
Consumerism and
consumerism
stuff,
and that kind
yeah,
of thing, it's
the
like,
themes.
if they were in a car driving by a gas station, there's going to be zombies there because they bought gas at one time.
Yeah.
You
think
you can see that kind of stuff anywhere. I just see they saw some meat running into the mall, and so they're going over there and they want a piece of the action.
But they were already in the mall, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
I know.
true,
Austin,
guess.
what do you
don't
take
know.
away from that?
Yeah, I mean, but what you kind of brought up earlier is the pilot remembered where
Exactly.
they put the fake wall, so
Oh,
he
true.
still
Yeah.
maintained that memory.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm trying to think if I was a zombie. I don't think I'd want to just spend my whole life shopping. I'd probably just stay home. What I do now, and yeah, but that's also a point. I mean, because in Night of the Living Dead, they hear banging going around at the house and trying to barricade,
Right.
and they see other zombies are there, so they go, "What's going on over there?" And they stumble over there. So
That's the thing. Do you remember right before Kevin Forey says his "No More Room in Hell" line? When they're looking outside and they see all the zombies, and David Emge goes, "They're after us," and then Kevin Forey's like, "They're after the place."
mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, because there's only 4 of them in there.
Yeah.
I think it's more that they want the place, just because George Romero said that was his inspiration for making the movie, setting it in a mall. Was he just going to the mall, just seeing all these people wandering around. That was the inspiration for the movie. I get what you're saying. Sometimes people do overanalyze, but I think it's pretty on the nose with this.
No, yeah.
in my opinion.
no, I mean you're right. I mean they mention like this is what they remember
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
So they probably wouldn't have thrown that in the movie if
Exactly.
it wasn't important.
Yeah, I don't know, Christian. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I like the is it transparency? Is that the word?
Sure.
Or the comparison between the zombies and consumers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I see it for sure.
yeah. I think it just adds a little bit to them. See, that's the thing. I remember watching this with my mom, and my mom just laughing and just thinking it was just goofy and silly. And you
It
can
is
look
true,
at
but in
it,
a
and
really
you can
good
look
way.
at yeah, but there's also something there. It's not like this
Yeah.
is just some just dumbass movie. I think I take away a lot more from it than just even the gore. I think there's decent performances. Some of the acting's a little silly, but
It
at
knows
the
when
same
to
time,
be serious.
yeah. Like it kind of it knows when to be serious, and I think it knows when to be silly,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing because not all movies know when. Some movies don't know that when to be certain ways.
It's well paced.
Yes.
Much appreciated.
Yes, we really appreciate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I mean, I brought it up when we talked about our sequels. I just think it's just everything they set up in Night of the Living Dead. They just took it and just ran with it and just made it more grandiose, and it just works so well for me in that regard.
Nice.
Did you guys like the ending?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
You get that circus music going again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess you just see some zombies crawling around. The helicopter gets away,
Yeah.
flies off into the sunset.
Yeah. That wasn't the original ending. I don't think they
Really?
shot
Oh.
the original ending. The original ending was Kemp where he kills himself, and then Galen Ross sticks her head in the helicopter blades.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually they built her head to go in the helicopter blades, and then they were just like, let's not end the movie like this. Like, let's end it on a more positive note. So they used that head for the head explosion. The
Okay.
that's Galen Ross's fake head.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Pretty
Hell
neat.
What about Peter? He's like, I'm not going anymore. I'm done. And he's gonna go hide in the room and
He's gonna
kill himself.
He originally killed himself.
He didn't
yeah.
really have any good reason to do that.
I think they just gave up.
He was just
Yeah.
no more fighting.
Yeah, I think he's just downtrodden because Stephen and Roger died.
his two
Yeah,
best
but
buds.
He's got a change of heart, and then
Very last minute
yes,
too.
yeah. I think it's fun though. I like it. It's very
Yeah.
triumphant and heroic. Kind of that heroic music kicks in.
Yeah.
It definitely adds to the tension in the ending scene instead of them just being like, oh, they're coming through the door. Let's go.
Yeah,
And
yes,
Jump in the chopper
yeah.
and take off.
Yeah. Do you guys think they went with the right ending?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think the other one would have, because that's the thing. Night of the Living Dead, spoiler alert, has a very, very, very downtrodden, sad ending.
That's true. Yeah.
And to do it again would have just been like, I don't know. Do you really need to do another sad, depressing ending again? I think they made, because this movie, it has its moments of sadness and grief and tragedy, but it's still a fun movie. And I think they went with the correct ending. Just it fits more. I feel the tone, the
Yeah.
overall tone of it.
It would have been too gimmicky if he did it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I like that line when it's the final shot. Well, not the final shot when they say that, but they're in the helicopter and he asks, "Hey, how much gasoline we got?" She's just like, "Not much."
yeah.
He's like, "All right,
yeah. He's like, well, let's go.
that's it."
It's almost kind of like The Thing, It's like, we'll just sit here for a while, see what happens.
Yeah.
Like that, kind of almost ambiguous.
Yeah.
Same
in a way.
vibe.
They might have just gotten the helicopter, flown like 2 miles and crashed.
yeah. Yeah. She
But
doesn't even
we don't
that.
know. They might have found more gas and lived happy lives.
They might have
You
found
know?
it any island.
Exactly. Yes. They're hanging out with that guy.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you guys find any cigarettes?
Yeah, he probably
smoking
finally got them.
smoking a cigarette right in his face. No, we don't have any cigarettes for you.
They got there's like tobacco plants on the island.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's
Start their own cigarette company.
Yeah, he's like rolling his own
Yeah,
cigarettes or
there
something.
we go.
I think last episode I brought up the article that says Night of the Living Dead is getting a sequel made. And we're watching this one, and you have the farmers from Night of the Living Dead
we need to talk about that.
shooting out on the countryside, and
That
they're all
scene with
killing all the zombies,
the
eradicating
National
them.
Guard and everything.
Yeah,
the
it's
they're having a good
it's so
time.
it's so great, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
pretty cool.
fucking awesome.
All the rednecks,
It's just
like they say.
and I just like the way the zombies just drop too when they're hunting them, just
Yeah.
like it's just that's what would happen.
Yeah.
That's what people would do, you know? Just make
Yeah.
a sport out of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, they would.
I mean, I don't know if I should mention this, but like, I mean, especially nowadays, like that's probably what people would, you know, it's almost like the militia people. I won't bring up certain things, but you know, those kind of people that take matters in their own hands.
Right.
That's what would happen, man. Just you go out, you get everybody, you get some beers, and you just shoot zombies.
Well, that feels very sequely though.
Yes,
To the first
and
one.
that because that's what they're doing at the end of Night of the Living Dead. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
you don't want to follow the countrymen the whole time, and let's have a little bit of different story.
right.
But why are they gonna make a Night of the Living Dead remake
don't
now?
know.
What are they talking about?
They need
It was
more-
made.
They need more
This-
money.
They can't make their own zombie IP, so they're just gonna write off of George
And
Romero.
we have a remake of Night of the Living Dead. You said you
Yeah.
really like that one.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
good one.
I did. It was Tom Savini.
Oh,
directed
Jamie's
it.
watching. What's up, Jamie? Thanks for tuning in.
Hello.
Hey, Jamie.
Yeah, man. Like we don't need. No, you're right. This is the sequel. It will always be the sequel. Who knows? It might come out. It might be great.
Tonight? Is that what you're saying?
The what?
This is a sequel to Night?
Yeah, it
Okay.
goes night, day, dawn, and then years later
Okay.
he made Land, which I
Wow,
like.
I thought it was night, dawn, day.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Right.
night, dawn, day. I'm
Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure.
I'm what do you call it? I'm incoherent. I'm very incoherent. It only gets worse as the night goes on. But you are correct. Night,
Just follow
night.
the sun.
Yeah.
There you go. Exactly. The sun cycle, night, dawn, day. Yeah. No, they went back in time. They went night, day, and then dawn. They went back in time.
Oh, so I have to watch a couple.
Yeah.
Then.
It's
Yeah.
because for the longest time it was a trilogy, night, dawn, day, and then the Dawn of the Dead remake came out and was very successful. And then everyone's like, "Hey, George Romero, we like you now. Can you make another one?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And then he makes it, and then everyone forgets about George Romero again. But
God.
I like Land. I think Land's good for what it is.
Yeah, it's good.
That's the reason why, because like Jamie says, Land is underrated. Yeah, I mean, no one. That's the thing too. No one really talks about it anymore. I remember you talked about Land, right? You've seen
Yeah.
Land?
The Sky Flowers.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that one.
So you've seen Land?
Mhm.
Have you seen Night or Day?
I saw the original Night.
Okay.
I've not seen Day.
Okay.
Day's okay.
It's probably the best special effects wise.
True.
It's really good. I mean, we'll talk about what I think of this one later. This is, I guess I could say now, this is my favorite of the original three.
Okay.
It's always been.
Hmm.
I was actually disappointed with Day when I first saw it because it's like I
Yeah.
like Night of the Living Dead. This one's even better, and then Day is just like, eh. But as I've watched it more, I like it a lot.
It
It's
has
some of
its
the best.
place.
It's some of the best stuff Tom Savini ever did.
Yeah.
Jamie says she loves OG Dawn, but prefers the remake. A lot of people do.
I do too.
Yeah, a lot of people prefer the remake.
Oh.
Oh man, the Halloween cat. Oh man. Yeah, it's just I most of the time I prefer the OG. Which one do you like? You said you like the remake, Austin?
I liked it. I think
Yeah.
I prefer the original, but I do like. I mean, you were talking earlier, like what kind of a mall would have a gun store? Well, in the remake, it doesn't. They have to go across the street.
That's right. Yeah.
As
forgot
far
about
as I
that.
remember, I don't think the mall had a gun
I
store.
think you're right.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think it did.
No.
The remake has this nice little touches. It's like when they're like shooting the zombies they're on the roof and they're shooting zombies and they're kind of like like Jay Leno, and one of them
Yeah.
looks like Jay Leno, so they shoot that one. It's just little stuff like that's fun.
Hmm.
It's fun seeing Ving Rhames in it. It's got a pretty decent cast,
Yeah.
but
The thing that one of the problems that I have with both the Dawns, okay, it's good to get to the mall and regroup, figure out what your next move is, and make it. You can't settle there.
That's
because
what-
you're
yeah.
not safe there.
Right.
Get
Yeah.
your shit together and go.
and I think they realize that eventually.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that. I think they just realize it's just we can't just stay. Well, she's pregnant.
That's true.
And that's one thing I like about Ken Foree. Just knows how to perform abortions.
Oh, yeah, what the heck? He offered it. He's like, if you need one, I know how to do it.
Yeah, it's like you know
What?
they got wire hangers down there.
Jeez,
Um,
Louise.
that
Well,
line.
See, at first I thought that maybe he was a medic.
Oh,
That's the
maybe.
first thing that hit me,
That makes
and,
sense.
And then his buddy gets eaten up, It's like, why isn't he in there helping him? Well, I guess he's
It's
not a medic.
he just for whatever reason he just knows how to perform abortions.
And
You
when
never
the-
know when you need an abortion performed.
And when
You
the
never
guy's,
know.
when the guy's in there, and she's going in there and she's giving him morphine. Well, that last time when he's thrashing around and having fit and stuff, I'm like, well, yeah, he's Jones and he needs more morphine.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Is there a certain location that you guys that like might not have been done yet that you guys think would be good for a movie like this?
Hmm.
Because I was thinking maybe like a cruise ship. I think kinda
Is there
interesting.
what was that?
Zombie Cruise.
Remember
Zombie
the
Poseidon?
Dead Island games? Were those
Dead
those-
Island was fun.
That didn't involve a cruise ship, did it?
I don't remember a cruise ship.
Okay. Cruise ship would be
Um,
interesting though.
There was a Resident Evil game that took place on a cruise ship. That was fun.
Oh really? I don't remember
Oh.
that one.
Which one?
It was for the 3DS.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. I didn't
okay.
even know they made Resident Evils on the 3DS. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's cool.
I want to say Revelations was the
Okay.
name.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a fun one.
I think it's really kind of all been done now. I mean, zombies got so almost detrimentally. They got so big in the late 2000s, early 2010s, like
Yeah.
with The Walking Dead, Zombieland. They're fine. Like I like Zombieland. Walking Dead's fine. I'm not a big fan of it, but you know, it has its fan base. I mean,
Started-
what like the Left 4 Dead games, the Dead Rising games, the Dead Island games. You know, they're still making Resident Evil games at the time. Like it got really oversaturated. I think it all stemmed from the Dawn of the Dead remake. Really, I think Dawn of the Dead remake really kicked off zombies again.
Definitely.
Maybe 28 Days, but again,
Well, you
Like-
also have Resident Evil going on too in the 90s.
yeah, George Romero was gonna make a Resident Evil movie. It never happened. He was gonna
Sad.
make a lot of movies that never happened. Some people say it's for the better. It was a bad script. I don't know. I've never read it, but I haven't seen the Resident Evil that came out, and I've just seen clips, and it looks pretty wacky.
You're fine.
How do
They're
you think?
they're fine. They're fun.
No, we slightly bumped each other, and I said no.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
fine.
Hearing things. But yeah.
I was gonna say something. I totally forgot.
What
It'll
was,
come back.
what was going on with Roger when they were doing the truck scene? He was like starting to go a little crazy.
For no real reason.
Yeah. And then he ends up getting
What
bit.
do you call it? Like he's just getting a little too in the moment. Maybe.
Too rowdy.
Yeah.
Having too much fun.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. He's got my great line. We got this, man. We got this by the ass.
Yeah.
And I think Ken Ford is just so pissed off. Roger, get your head together, man. We got work to do. Yeah, it's fun.
It's too bad.
I know. Yeah, it's sad when he. I like when they're having dinner together and Galen Ross is like, Peter, you're not gonna join us. Like, no, this is for you two. He just takes a champagne bottle and has a drink with his buddy that he just buried. I
Yeah.
was like that.
Huh?
You like that?
Oh yeah. I thought you were saying something else. I was
No.
like,
Jamie asked if we're gonna do an episode of Day of the Dead. We should.
I'm
We should
down.
do all of them. We should do all the George Romero, or even the remake. Redo the remake of Night of the Living Dead. Do the Dawn of the Dead remake
Yeah, I couldn't find my
Land.
copy.
Do
I
Land
gotta dig it up.
of Dawn
somewhere.
of the Dead.
Yeah, the remake of Dawn.
Oh, okay,
Love
yeah,
that one.
It's a good one. Yeah, there's a good Blu-ray out of it. I don't know how much it is right now, but
Ooh.
it's some good stuff. It has both cuts of it and like documentaries and whatnot. I guess watch it, the documentaries, but I'm sure they're good. Did you say there was like a cool behind the scenes thing?
Dude, the bonus features on
Yeah.
the Dawn of the Dead remake are awesome.
Yeah, what
I
was
learned
the
a
one
lot.
you were telling me one of them?
They actually made a whole thing. They have to go to Andy's gun store in the film, and this is basically not a behind the scenes, but it's like an extra thing where it's called Andy's Diaries, and he's just recording.
That's what it was.
And he's
Yes.
talking about
It's
like, oh
almost-
yeah, I'm just hanging out, guys. Oh shit, there's an apocalypse. Oh man, day 4, day 10,
That's cool.
months.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah,
I
that's a
wonder if
great
they ever
one.
plan on actually putting that in the movie.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just like they always plan on it just being like a extra feature.
After the credits, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Works
Yeah.
great as a bonus. scene,
Yeah, I need to watch that. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
You know, what really makes me sad is when he's on the walkie-talkie with Ving Rhames, and he goes, "Damn, these things bite hard." I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, come on. man.
Yeah.
I
Heart
think they
sinks in
have
that
to.
scene.
Don't they end up in an island at the end of the
Yep.
remake? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Spoilers. Sorry, but yeah, forgot about that.
God damn you.
I'm sorry. I'm a nasty. I'm a filthy man.
Oh,
I'm a filthy man.
What do you
But-
think, guys? Should we rate it?
Or I'm trying to. I think we covered
A lot
yeah,
of it.
covered most of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we did.
Mark, did you want to rate it first out of 5? 5 machetes to the face.
That's
Out of
shades to the
5.
top of the head.
Out of
Helicopter
5,
blades to the top of the head.
I give it a good 3. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm there.
Do you have a favorite zombie movie like ever?
What's your 5 out of 5 zombie movie?
I wouldn't call it a 5 out of 5, but it's close. It's one of the Resident Evils. I don't know which one it is, but it's the one where
Okay.
they are in the
How many are-
LA in the LA police station, the county,
Is it
Okay.
the second one, maybe?
and she fly
Is
and
it
she
Afterlife or something? There's one of them called Afterlife or something.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
really know
there's-
much about them.
Yeah, there's Retribution. There's
Wow.
there's
Is it one of the newer ones or the Mila Jovovich older ones?
Mila Jovovich.
That might be number 2, which is the best one.
Oh,
When they're at
okay.
the police
What's that one
station and
called?
they go to a chapel. Ooh,
They got the
I don't want to say
really-
Resurrections.
They got the really tall.
Nemesis.
No,
That was a game,
basketball
right?
player.
That was a what?
No, this is later on. This isn't number 2.
Oh, okay.
She lands an old it's an old World War One airplane that she's flown
What?
down
Yeah.
from Alaska. She lands on the roof of it's a LA County jail.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah. And there's a ship out offshore that is
Is it Umbrella?
broadcasting that they are a safe place to come. And yeah,
Wow.
that's my favorite zombie.
Okay.
I guess.
Nice.
That's
But I
cool.
really like Land.
Land is good.
Probably I think Night of the Living Dead is shot really nice.
Oh, yeah.
I really love to watch that movie just for that.
I think
Mhm.
I told Austin the other night, Night of the Living Dead is just so great to me because it's just like it's like a dream. It's like you can put that on late at night and kind of like drift in and out of sleep, and it fits perfectly. Like it's just so surreal and dreamlike, and just kind of, it's just something about that. The atmosphere in that movie is just so great. Hence why I think we still talk about it to this day.
And it's like and the thing about the last person is a gentleman of color, and and he's bossing around the redneck and
Right.
trying to get them safe and stuff, and then the world is starting to come to an end. It's like he's taken the world and just flipped it upside down.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
it's just really.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
amazing.
that and the remake of Dawn, the
Oh.
remake of Land, and then that one specific
Kathy said Resident Evil Afterlife.
Afterlife.
Thanks,
There we
Kathy.
go.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Jamie says her favorite is Return of the Living Dead. That is a great one.
Return's great.
Yeah. You have seen Return?
Yeah.
Okay.
The goths.
Yes.
Or could you call them goths or punks?
punks? Yeah.
Punks, maybe?
Punk gothy punks.
Love it.
Punky goths. Yeah. Return is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. What about you, man? What'd you rate it out of 5?
I'd give it a good 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where does it rank in your zombie movies?
It's in top 10, I
Mhm.
think. I'd say top 10.
Nice.
What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I'll probably say the remake of Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. You really like that one too.
Yeah, that one's great. That
Tony
is good.
Todd.
I mean, it is like a nightmare. I mean, it's a bunch of
Yeah.
people in a house, not even that big of a house, and they just board it up, and there's endless waves of zombies coming at them.
Yeah.
And like, if I was gonna have a nightmare, it would be something like that.
Yeah, I like it. I don't like it as much as the Romero ones.
Mhm.
Maybe not even as much as Return, but I do really like it. It is really good. It's a really good zombie movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
What about you?
It's a 5. it's a 5.
Wait, what's Night for you? Night of the Living Dead?
Which one?
The original.
A rating?
Yeah, out of 5.
Shit.
Is that more or less?
4.5?
4.5? Okay.
4 or 4.5.
Nice.
I'd have to think about that. Probably 4.5, maybe almost 5. I don't have any complaints about that movie.
Yeah,
Maybe the lead girl, which is why most people like the remake better because she's more useful in that,
true.
which I get.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is definitely a 5. I think it's one of the best zombie movies. I think it's the best movie George Romero ever made. I think it's a great movie from the 70s, horror. I just think it's regardless of genre, decade it was made, everything. I just think it's a fantastic movie. I liked it as much as I do now when I first saw it when I was 9. And yeah, I think it's a terrific movie. So 5 out of 5 for me.
Nice. Christian?
I'm trying to think of things that I do not.
I
Did
think,
you cut off everything?
were we
Everybody?
unplugged?
I think you cut off everybody. Yeah.
It's all connected to me, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all good. I'm trying to think of things that I don't like about this, and I'm having a hard time. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. There wasn't this movie. It doesn't feel like it's 2 hours at all.
I agree.
It speeds right by for me. So, I'm probably gonna have to go with 5 also.
Nice, man.
Nice.
I'm glad. I was actually kind of worried you might not like this because
No,
a
I
lot of
didn't.
people think it's the opposite. They think it's boring.
What?
A lot of people think it's boring. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm glad you didn't find it boring. Did anybody find this boring? Like overall, would you say this is a boring movie?
On my second watch through, I was getting a little antsy.
But would you say it's a boring movie? If someone just asked you, like, what kind of movie is it? It's a boring movie.
No, I wouldn't describe it like that.
That's good.
It's a good zombie
Yeah.
flick. A classic. That's how
Yeah,
I describe
yeah.
it.
It starts off with like chaos. going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't say it's
I think
boring.
it's probably the middle is where people probably get that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, just the whole chemistry between the characters, I love. It shows that the movie has some heart to it. It
Right,
knows
it's
how to be
well written.
what it wants to be. Yeah, just great characters. Everything.
Yeah.
Really.
Nice, man.
What about you, man?
I think I'll go a 4 out of 5. I think that the blue face paint can be both a negative, but also a positive. It's almost charming in a way.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what other zombie film can you name where they're walking around and it looks almost cheap, almost like homemade?
That's what I like, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
exactly.
kinda like
you're
it in
right.
a way,
It adds
right?
character charm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I like it.
Fantastic opening, just a head getting blown off. It really
Yes.
grabs your attention. I remember when I first
Oh,
saw it, I
yeah.
was like, oh, I gotta watch
Yeah.
the rest of this now, because
Yeah.
if that's what just happened, it's only gonna get crazier.
No, it's amazing that they just. Can you go back to the Wikipedia article on the original? Go up maybe, because they go. I'm sorry, maybe go down. They're talking about how it got an X rating.
Oh, really?
Oh man,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Rejecting this rating, Romero and the producers chose to release the film unrated to help the film's commercial success. That's so awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, they did that a lot. They did that with Day. Also, they did with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I think Evil Dead 2 also. I think. Could be wrong. But yeah, I think you had to be, but you still had to be over 17 to see this movie in the
Okay.
theater.
And did they still limit the release as to?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of theaters wouldn't show this.
I mean, there's got to be some kind of repercussion when they give you an X and you say, "Well, fuck you, I'm just
Yeah.
going to release it unrated."
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm sure that it probably did not do as well as it would have if it had an R. But
True.
I respect that. That's another thing I respect about the guys. It's like, well, no, go fuck yourself. We worked hard on this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it almost brings it down for me again. It's almost the same thing as the blue face paint. The music, the carnival music, it kind of bugged me on my second watch through.
I like it.
I know
You might like a different cut then with the different music then.
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt a little cheesy in
Yeah.
a way.
I think it's great. Obviously.
I kept getting that little piece that they would play in the Warriors.
Okay.
Saw that
I can
little
hear that.
organ-ish kind of thing that they do.
I can definitely hear that.
I think I complained about the original Terminator's music as well.
Oh, okay. See, I think the music that's great too.
I know.
I just like
yeah.
that style.
Yeah.
I like John Carpenter's music. It's kind of like I think that's great too.
True. I like John Carpenter stuff.
Yeah.
Charming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a very expansive, ambitious film. We're in the helicopter for crying out loud, flying around everywhere.
Yeah, it invented the whole mall trope, you know. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
the
an
mall trope.
important movie. It's
Yeah.
just, it's yeah.
Good commentary.
I mean, at the
in
time,
there.
it was a very violent movie, still is. But
Mhm.
that's like again, like even as a kid, like I never saw people getting ripped apart like that. Intestines, like it still makes me sick seeing that stuff. Like
Yeah.
it still packs a punch. I mean, I don't know if maybe I'm just, I don't know, I'm just not up with the times. But I think that stuff still is pretty gross.
Yeah. It also has the dumbest on-screen death I've ever seen with the blood pressure that we were talking about.
It's
The
but
dumbest kill.
It's great though.
It pays off.
It's great.
It pays off.
It's
It looks
great.
good,
It's amazing.
but it's the
It
dumbest
still
kill.
looks. I think it still looks good. It looks like an actual arm getting ripped off.
Yeah. And then I think final thing I gotta say is it does kind of lull in the middle. This time I felt a lot of it slowed down for me. But overall, great film. Gotta respect the classic. 4 out of 5 from you guys.
Nice. That's a pretty good overall rating for the most part. 2 5s, 2 4s, and a 3.
Yep.
So what is that? That's like 2 5s is 10, 2 4s is 8, so 18. 21 out of how many are 25? 21 out of 25. That's really good. Did I do that right? Whatever.
21 out of 10.
Who cares? Who cares? Jamie saw Return of the Living Dead in the theater. That's awesome.
That is cool.
That would hopefully we'll get to see that in the theater soon.
Yeah, Crest
We've been
needs to
seeing a
play or
lot of
something.
we've been seeing a lot of cool stuff in the theater.
Yeah,
Austin was there when we saw Evil Dead in the theater with Bruce
Mhm.
Campbell.
Yeah.
that was fun.
Seeing some great stuff. Bring it to us.
Yep, yep.
Bring it to us, please.
I think next Saturday we'll be watching The Shining,
The
right?
Shinin.
The Shining.
That's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, I think that's our
Mhm.
first Kubrick that we're reviewing.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, but that was fun. What
Yeah.
before we go? Do we talk about the 3D effects? Did it work for you guys?
At times it did, but
3D
I
effects.
I just rather see it in 2D.
Yeah,
I'm not a big 3D.
Oh.
We were talking about it. I'm not a big 3D guy.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking like CGI in the movie. I was like,
No.
what?
No.
I don't think it
No.
was worth like the ticket price either.
I'd say, well, Austin and I were talking about
Mhm.
this. I mean, I think for me, this is one of my favorite movies ever.
Right.
So, we were talking about it. I don't know. I think I even told you, I don't know when the hell I'll ever get to see this again in the theater, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Well, but with the music turned down too, you know,
That
it's
was
kind of like
lame.
I don't know.
But-
It was a disappointment.
beggars can't be choosers. I mean,
Right.
we may never see this in the theater again. So,
True.
if this is my
Yeah.
only time, then hey, at least I got to see it once in the theater. So, even though it was 3D and, you know, goofy, or not goofy, subpar
Yeah.
sound.
Regal needs to crank it up.
Yeah.
Crank up the volume.
Did you
Regal.
guys like the 3D? You think it worked?
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
yeah,
take you or leave it. I don't
exactly,
know.
exactly. That's
Yeah,
how I,
I mean,
feel.
seeing seeing the rifle poked at you, is
There was some
this
good
is
blood splatter,
okay.
some good
Yeah.
you said glass shattering.
Yeah.
What about you? You think it worked?
Yeah, some parts of it kind of popped out at you
Yeah.
and played pretty well, but overall, probably not the most necessary thing.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be playing at all the Regal theaters this whole weekend up until Halloween. I think the 31st,
If
which
you
is
want,
Monday.
if you want to shell out the money,
Yeah.
I would say if you're a big enough fan. Would you guys say that you're still glad you saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mark. Yeah. Okay,
Mhm, yeah.
that's good.
I'm glad I didn't pay $17 to see a movie I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully, okay. Hypothetically, if you did go with us tonight, would you have left satisfied that you paid $17?
I mean, I would have liked what I saw, but the fact that I paid $17 for it, I would have been like, oh, okay. You know, especially with
It is a lot of
apparently-
it is a lot of money.
apparently because the sound wasn't great.
Yeah.
It
So-
could have been. Hey, it could have been worse though.
Yeah,
It
could've
could
been
have
worse.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
The sound could have been. I don't know. There could have been no. We could have watched it without sound.
Just subtitles.
Silence of the Dead.
That's the way you should watch Jaws. No sound.
Yeah.
We learned that from a bullshit artist. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Well, if you don't want to go to the Regal, check it out on YouTube. I think it's free on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
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 Definitely
'cause,
worth the watch.
These are incredibly expensive nowadays because the producer's kind of a douche.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
important guy, but kind of a douchebag. But
We recommend the film though. Check it out, everybody.
Totally classic.
And we'll be back next week with The Shining. Thanks, guys. Thanks for
Thank
hanging
you.
out.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
Good to
Yeah.
have you guys.
Yeah. Thanks for being
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
As always. Signing out.
Thanks everyone who watched. Jamie, thank you.
Yeah.
Kathy,
Shouts out.
Sam,
Shouts
everyone,
out.
thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Everyone else, thank you.
Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.